Hey everyone, welcome back to Houston Life. H-Town, as we know, is bursting with talent, and every year, Performing Arts Houston's New Now program chooses a select group of local artists to help them bring their bold, original ideas straight to the stage.
And one of this year's selected groups, Mezclada Dance Company, is turning heads by fusing hip-hop, Latin jazz, and breaking, all in an effort to highlight and celebrate underrepresented voices. Joining us now with more on their unique style and their upcoming show at Wortham Center's Cullen Theater this weekend, the founder and artistic director of Mezclada, Joel Aguilera. It's so nice to have you in studio. Your dancers are standing by. We're about to get a performance from them. Talk to us about how you started this dance company, because growing up here in Houston, your parents are both from Colombia, but I understand your household was filled with art.
Yes, very much so. I come from a very artistic family. Really, like any Latin family, you're going to find vibrant music, you're going to find good food, you're going to find good energy, and my household definitely had that. And then you add the layers of my dad being a painter and always playing Latin jazz and salsa. Everybody draws. My sister's has masters in clarinet. My other sister's an interior designer. So we come like very artistic.
Wow.
So just being open to all that. But as far as the company goes, Mezclada is really the word we would use for leftovers. What are we going to eat? Just a mix of this and that, because mezclada means to mix in Spanish.
Okay.
So we would just mix some rice, some beans. What do we have left over this week? And I think we just kind of took that idea of mixing things together, and we do that with our dancing, with our cultures, with our dancers, and we just celebrate all of the specialties and nuances that we all bring individually.
That's amazing. And you know what? It is, because genres, they're, in a box, in a lane, in a lane. And to mix it all the passions is really cool. Tell me how you felt when you learned that you were going to be, that your dance company was going to be one of the featured artists for this Now program.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for that phone call, and I got that, and already, random number, we're at dinner, I'm like, I've got a good feeling about this one. So they cut straight to the chase. They said, Joel, yes, you're a New Now artist. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm ready.
Wow.
So, it happened quick, and then they send all the other details later on. But I was very ecstatic. I'm so grateful and honored to be on a stage like the Wortham, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that our company can showcase what we do for a wide audience, especially it being Houston, because we really bring Houston's diversity and our culture behind our work.
Wow.
And how important is that for you as an artist to have your work featured on a stage like the Cullen Theater at Wortham Center? Because I've seen in the program, when we're shining a light on local artists, there's so much talent in Houston, but it seems like getting exposure, even with social media, even with the internet, it's still tough as an artist.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of work, but I have such a great cast of dancers who work really hard, and I think we are bringing something different. Like you mentioned, a lot of styles, as beautiful as they are, they can be very niche to certain audiences, and we really come at it with the idea that we want our audiences to feel represented. This work in particular is more Latin focused, but we want everybody, whether it's someone who relates to hip hop and breaking, someone who relates to contemporary modern art, someone who relates to a good time. We want them to feel like they can see themselves on stage.
Something for everyone. Well, Performing Arts Houston obviously saw something in you and your company. You have some really interesting stories because of dance. So you represented a break dancer, a local dancer, B-Boy Jeffro, when he was at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. Tell us about that and how that led to a really fun connection.
Yeah, I mean, what Derek mentions is that we have a lot of talent in Houston, and we do. B-Boy Jeffro, he's a Houstonian too. He was one of 2 B-Boys out of the entire country to represent USA, and I had the honor to help coach him and help him train and gear up for the Olympic season. So we went out in Paris, got to train for a bit after several years of qualifiers and practices and training sessions, and we did it all. But he's amazingly talented, and yeah, it was just a great opportunity.
And then who'd you meet?
Well, we met Snoop Dogg. We got to shoot a commercial with Snoop.
That's what I was asking about.
Yeah,
how's Snoop Doggy Dogg? How's he like?
What you see on TV is what you see in real life. He's
Really?
quick, he's witty, he's funny, he's tall, but he's such a cool guy, and he really lives by his hip hop his hip hop roots. He came in and started mentioning several breaking terms. He showed off a couple moves, naming them correctly, and we were all kind of like, oh, he's about it. He really does know what he's talking about.
Whoa.
That is an incredible memory. And Joel, just hearing you speak, it really is about community building, right? I mean, as a creative person, you are not only up there on stage doing what you love with people you love. His wife, Lizzie, is in the company, by the way.
Shout out to my beautiful wife, Lizzie,
Shout out,
who helps me a lot with
you'll
this stuff.
see Lizzie in just a bit. But it seems like that must be so fulfilling to do what you love, but also meet people who you can mentor, who can mentor you. And that really is so powerful at the end of the day.
Yeah, and so many of the dance communities here in Houston are really tight-knit. If you know a dancer, you know all the dancers. And whether it's in the hip-hop or Latin community, but we really bring in our community. We even, in our performance this weekend, feature 2 short films where we have my daughter, who's 18 months old, dancing with us. My parents are dancing. My dad's playing the conga drums. And we just bring that sense of Latin vibrancy. That's our goal, is we want to showcase that. And it's so easy depending on how accepting you are of the people around you and the artists that we have.
That's beautiful, Joel. It's giving like your vibe and your tribe, right? All
Yes,
together.
I
And you
love
guys
that.
are doing something really cool with ticketing, right? It's pay what you can. Can you explain that really quick?
Pay what you can. If you can pay $0, then you pay $0. If you
Wow.
can pay $10, pay $10.
Wow.
But we want everybody there. We want Houston represented. We want everybody to have a good time. Friday, Saturday, y'all got to check it out.
Okay, there's the info on your screen right there. 7:30 p.m. Cullen Theater at Wortham Center Friday and Saturday. I love this pick your price. Tickets starting at $0. That's incredible.
Can't beat free.
Can't be
Free
free.
99.
Free 99. Hey, after the break, Joel and the Mezclada Dance Company, they're giving us a breaking preview of what you can expect at this weekend's show at the Cullen Theater.
Okay, we can't wait. Houston Life will be right back.